the cloud. And we're recording, and I just missed the shout out. I shout out Danielle. We'll shout her out again in a minute. So we are going to start the call. I just want to do a little bit of I want to give some tips and suggestions on inviting and messages and roadblocks. And I would love for you guys to type in the chat maybe some roadblocks you're having with conversations, or if you want to come on live, that's great too. I could bring you on. But I did this with Hannah when we were in Philadelphia, and we literally sat across from each other having a drink, as per usual, if you know me. And we were chatting about her conversations and how she was doing. And she was like, this is where I'm getting stuck. And we just talked through it. And it was actually really cool. And I felt like it really did give her a sense of, oh, that makes sense. And it's just, sometimes we need to hear things 18,000 times before it makes sense, right? Or, just talking through it really helps. And she signed the girl that night. So I just want to help you guys combat some of your common objections or things like that. So if you want to type any of those in the chat, that'll help me streamline this call, or I'm just going to give you some of the ones that I'm going to talk about anyway. So let me pull up my notes real quick. Okay, so the first things first is announcements. I'm going to share my screen and show you guys this real quick. You guys can all see this? Thumbs up. Woohoo! Congratulations, everyone. July was a really, really good month, and I'm super proud of everyone, and it's just the momentum that we need, and we need to keep that momentum going. So it is now August 4th. It is Leo season. Yeah, Leos. My birthday is on the 15th, so I'm excited. But it's a good month, right? And actually, in the past, my August has been one of my worst months. And I'm not letting that happen this year because we have so much momentum going on and we have so many different things to offer. I'm really excited to make August even better than July. Okay. So, shout out to Brittany for hitting SC6, Laura for hitting SC6, Rachel for hitting SC6, Emily for hitting SC10. She is back and she is kicking butt. So proud of you, girl. Danielle crushed it with SC6. Hannah is back on the board with SC4 and advanced to Emerald, which is super exciting. And then Rob, which is actually me, is SC6. So my accounts combined were SC22 this month, which is the best month I've had in a while, guys. So don't think that that's normal. Remember, don't compare yourself to me. You are you, and that is awesome. Okay? So I never want that to ever be boastful and because it's weird to shout out yourself. But I do want you guys to be inspired by the fact that you can hit high numbers. And I always want to lead from the front and never want you guys to think that I'm not doing the things that I'm preaching to you guys as well. Okay? So the next thing I want to share is, let me exit out of that. We're going to click on this. We're going to share this, is our calendar. Danielle, Thank you, Danielle, for being happy about this calendar, because I love a calendar. But I was just there was coming a time where I was I don't want to waste time doing it if it's not helpful. But it's actually helpful for me as well. So I am going to commit to doing it, and we're going to try to plan these things out as far in advance as we can, because I want you guys to remember that you always have something to invite to. I know I always say that, we do have healthy heroes, obviously, but it is easier, and the momentum and the inspiration is really going when we have something coming up. And I know that, believe me, I'm in that same boat. Launches for new programs, things like that. Now, we do have this entire month is MM100 $20 off again, which they continued. We have already surpassed every goal the Beachbody has ever had with MM100, which is amazing. It is the biggest launch in history so far of Beachbody, and we've hit 1 million views and so on and so forth. And I'm hopeful. I was going to surprise you guys today, but she hasn't sent it to me yet. Jericho and I were texting today, and she's going to send us a team shout out message, and she didn't get to me today. So I was going to surprise you guys, but I want you to know that she's really rooting for us too. So she's going to hopefully do a combined team call with us at some point with a bunch of other teams, because I don't want it to be just a small team or even like 20 people. I want it to be huge. I want her to be able to speak to a larger audience. So we're going to try to put that together. But MM100 is amazing. We've had some amazing results in this program so far. Back to recognition real quick. I just want to shout out Danielle on the recording for having amazing results with ADD Obsession. Just because now it's recorded, and I just want to shout you out again because it was amazing. Okay, so back to MM100 real quick. We've had some amazing results in week 1, which is awesome. People are seeing really great, stellar results. People in Healthy Heroes are seeing really great results with these programs because I think the momentum is going. And the more we post and the more we talk about things going on, the more other people feel inspired too. Don't forget that, right? So MM100, obviously, like I said, is $20 off the rest of the month, as well as we did get 3 more promo codes. If you did not get them, talk to your upline and we'll figure out why not. But if you are an active coach, you should have gotten 3 more promo codes. If you have a spouse account, you have 6, which is awesome. If you're Laura, you have 9 or 12, however many accounts she has. But anyway, if you have active accounts, you get those promo codes. If you have coaches who aren't going to use them, you can use their promo codes, okay, just as a reminder. So if you have someone signed up under you that's like, oh, I'm not going to use them, they can send you the email and you can use the code. So that's a really awesome chance to crush SC this month. And as a reminder, SC is not money, it's lives changed, right? So we like to say that because when you sign someone up with the challenge pack, you can change their lives. Many of us have had life-changing moments with this business or these programs, and that's what we're doing. So just as a reminder, those are like lives changed, not like a number that's just a number, okay? So the app that we are using for MM100 is ongoing. So that app is going to be all the time for the rest of this year at least, okay? So I just want everyone to, just a second, okay. I just want everyone to make sure that you understand that it is going to be an ongoing group for the rest of the year, okay? So that app group is available for anybody who wants to jump in with MM100 throughout the end of this year. It's gonna be a lot of awesome momentum, and people, if they wanna leave it, they can, but we're gonna keep that open, crushing MM100, because it's gonna be a safe place of people who are all doing the same program, okay? Promo codes I already mentioned. Sneak peek. I'm super stoked about this, guys. My goal, and I know I say this all the time because I always set puke goals. My goal is to have 20 new people interested in this coach happy hour. I have 7 as of right now, and they're new people. We will be running it in the sneak peek group, the coach preview group. I think I can change the name now, since you can only change a name once a month now, which is a new Facebook thing. So I'm gonna try to change the name to just sneak peek into our team or whatever. But then I do want to do it in that group. So I will kind of keep the units up, but I will put an announcement up that says that like we're gonna go live in this group, and we can add people on Tuesday, and they can hop on live at 8, did I say, no, 9, at 9 Eastern Standard Time. Basically, it's going to be like this. Bring your drink, and they won't be on camera, right? It'll be me. I might ask some of you to come on if it's working, and I can bring you on live, and you can talk for a second or two about something. But basically, I'm just going to chat with them real, face-to-face like this. I'm going to chat with them about what we do, why we do it, how we make money, how our team's amazing, how we're taking it further, and just get everyone amped. And we're going to give away a prize on there. And yeah, and that's a good way to lock in SC by the end of this week, right? If you get, 2 or 3 people on that call that want to do this with you, then you can help them help someone, and that's going to be huge for your business. So you can't really build this business without bringing on coaches, and that's something I've struggled with my entire business, my entire time since I've started this. So my corporate rep was like, you need to do more of these, and I was like, okay, I am doing 2 this month. So the second one is going to be 8/26. It's going to be, sorry, nutrition. I messed up. I don't know where I put that one. Oh, there it is. 8:25. I didn't put it in the little notes on the side. 8:25 is going to be before our team call. It'll be at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a Zoom like this. We're going to share the link with people. So we're just going to give them a different platform, right? So maybe people who are on Facebook, things like that. So it'll be Sunday, August 25th. It will be at 8 Eastern Standard Time on a Zoom like this. People can hop on. It'll be the same type of thing. I'll have wine. We'll talk. I'll ask some people to speak. It'll be a cool, different way to show people. So anybody who is interested that can't make it on the 6th that you talk to between the 6th and that time, you can get them on that one. And then the last thing is the 3-day nutrition info group. I'm really excited about this because we don't have a huge launch happening this month, right? Like MM100 obviously is still launching, but I basically want to relaunch To Be Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix in the way of, I just know that it's such an amazing program for people because nutrition is literally the battle. Like we always say it's 80% of your results, but it is the battle, guys. Like nutrition, you can't outwork your nutrition, right? Like you can eat whatever you want and work out as much as you want, and you're not going to see the results you want unless you focus in and understand nutrition a little more. So we're going to do a 3-day free nutrition info group where we're going to run it on Facebook. It'll be a group all about the nutrition programs that we offer. Some of us that are certified coaches may speak and talk about the differences and how we can make them work, and we find out what's best for people. And then we offer them the group that will be starting the next week on the 26th. And that will be run in Healthy Heroes. So it'll be a nutrition-focused group specifically. And I think it's a good opportunity to just showcase the programs in a safe, free environment that people can check them out and see if it's for them. So I'm really excited about this. I also have on there paydays and trackers due on Thursdays. As a reminder, if you are not filling out the tracker, you're not really building your business. So I would like for you all to print and do the tracker. It's just super, super good for you. It will keep you on your toes. Many of you say, I get frazzled and I can't get things done. If you have the tracker, you will get things done. I promise you. Just commit to doing it and commit to making it a habit for the next 5 months, and you could crush the rest of this year, okay? So we have something in the chat. Let me see. Shauna, I have sent 3, 1 signed, almost have the other 2 signed. Oh, awesome. Yes, Shauna, let's keep crushing it. Yes, girl. Okay, so cool. That is the announcements that I have. Let me make sure that's it. Sneak peek, yes. Okay, so anybody who's on this call right now, I want you to comment below something that is a roadblock for you, or one, excuse that you keep getting, or if you have conversations going right now, where are they stalled? What do where are you not sure where to take the next steps? So comment below some of those things that you're running into so I can touch on those. But I am going to go ahead and start with a couple that I know, but I would love for you guys to comment below anything, please. So personally, I run into all the time the money objection. We all know that, right? That is always one. But just remember that a lot of times people can really just not understand what we're offering. So I break it down for them quite often. I'll do like the little snippets with like a star emoji, and it breaks down all the different things they get. And I make it so exciting about all these things they get. And then also like one-on-one coaching with me. And I just make it sound really hyped. And then I say, all of that is only this much money. Isn't that so worth it? Because then I always at least want them to know that it's worth it, right? Even if they say that is so worth it, I just can't afford it, right? Because it's still not a priority for them most of the time. Because if it was a priority, they would make it happen. Jericho said something on a live today or yesterday that I love, because it was funny. It's something I ran into the other day, was I realized I had all of these apps that were like recurring amounts of money that I didn't even know. And I was like, oh, I forgot I downloaded that. And it was $2.99 a month. And I haven't used that app in 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, it was small things like that. And I was like, oh, oops. And there's all these different ways, and we can work with people, right? Like, we can figure out, okay, great. Are you really interested? I know money's a problem. I get it. Okay. So are you really interested though? Give me a yes or a no. And if they say yes, then you can say, okay, great. So over the next 30 days, what do you think you can save? Break it down for them. Because maybe they're not going to sign up right now, but if you put the time and effort into helping them sign up next month, they're going to know that you're invested. They're going to see that there is value in this. And you can maybe break it down for them and like say, okay, so great. You think you can save $50. Awesome. Can I ask you a question? What do you do for breakfast normally, right? Maybe you get into the whole they stop at Starbucks 3 times a week thing, or maybe not, right? So maybe you can take it that way. You're not judging them. You're not shaming them. You're not saying anything negative, but you're trying to figure out where they're at, and you're meeting them there to say, when can we make this happen? Can we make something happen right now? Like, maybe you can do 3 months of BOD and we can start with that. Or maybe we start next month with $99 all access. We can give them options, right? And no, that's not Success Club points, but they will come back and get something else, I promise. Don't worry about those points in that way, because if you're talking to enough people, you're still going to get that. So money is always going to be an objection. The best thing to do is combat those things on your stories, in your post. Let people know kind of what's going on with pricing all the time, but also letting them understand the value, because it does take time. But the more you talk about the successes and the wins of our team, your challengers, the more you showcase all the good that is happening, the more you share the awesomeness that is like your life right now or whatever, the more they're going to see the value in it. And it takes time to trust you, right? I get people all the time that are just like, it's not something I can afford right now. And then it's a weird conversation to like get into sometimes, because you're like, I don't want to be rude. And you're like, I completely understand it. I always say I had to put it on a credit card when I got it, but I knew that this was something I really wanted. And I feel like you really want it too. Like, you do, right? And just really try to get deep with them, because the more you know their story, the more you know what they really want, what they struggle with, what they've always struggled with, their why, their fight, all of that, the more you can combat the money thing. It's always going to be there though. And just ask them if you can help them with finding the money over the next month or two. And if maybe next month would be better, can you check back, stuff like that. Because sometimes people just say money because they're really not interested. And if they're not interested, that's fine. You can say, are you really, really interested? Do you want me to check back next month? Can we find a way to make this happen? If not, no worries. I completely get it. Money's always, an objection for people, but once they get started, they wish they would have started sooner. There's just a ton of different ways you can go about it, but just know that money's always going to be one that you're going to run into. But the more you make it seem like it's worth it, and the more that they understand how much it is worth it and how much your life and other people's lives have changed, like showcasing Danielle's results or other people's results, like showcasing that and showing the worth. That's going to really combat those things in the beginning. James says confusion over what it is and the at-home component. Yeah, so I think it definitely depends on like how your conversation's going. So when I start talking to people, I generally start with like a, hey, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm doing this new program. It's like amazing. I love it. Would you want to do it with me? That's like a really simplistic version. But if it was something like that, and they're like, oh, what is it? And I say, oh yeah, I can show you. I can send you like a sizzle reel if you want. You can check it out. Are you working on any health goals? I always go back to that. I always want to know, what are your goals? Do you have any? Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Okay, well, let's think about it. You know what I mean? Like you always want to dig deep into what their goals are. And then once you start explaining to them, oh, great, I think this would actually be really good for you. Here, watch the sizzle reel. Or actually, have you heard of this? And this is why I think this would be good for you. And obviously the conversations, I sign people sometimes up in the same day that I invite them, but it's very rare. It does happen though, because the more people you invite, the more chances there are for that, because people get really excited. But I go into a lot of detail without word vomiting. Okay. So just a reminder, don't word vomit. You want to like always ask questions to get them to respond. The big thing that I changed last month, and you might not want to do this with strangers, obviously. But I did it last month, and I signed every single person I think that I did this with is I said, is texting better for you? And I started texting them. And I said, is texting better, or video message, or Zoom, or what is the best way? Because sometimes messages are really hard back and forth because we're all busy and it's hard to check those messages. So what's easiest? And then I find out what's easiest. And then we did that. And every single person that I started texting signed up last month. And I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? But also just talking to them. Like I had 2 people that I got on the phone with. And another thing that I told Hannah specifically about, changing it up. If somebody doesn't respond, I know down here, somebody said ghosting. I'm not sure if that's Brittany. Somebody on an iPad. It says iPad set, but maybe that's Brittany. I'm not sure. But ghosting, and also Danielle said it, is another one where if you change it up, people are going to notice that it's changed, right? So personally, what I do is if somebody doesn't respond to my initial invite, I'll say, did you see my last message? Or I'll say in a voice message, hey, no worries if you just didn't notice it, but did you see my last message? My Facebook has been so weird lately. Most time people will be like, oh my God, I was so busy, I didn't even notice. What's it about? Or, yeah, I saw it. I'm sorry. I'm not really interested. No worries. Awesome. Have a great day. Right? But then they've responded. 9 out of 10 times when I do did you see my last message, whether it's text, video, or voice, those people respond almost always, at least on Facebook. Instagram, it's still a little wonky sometimes, but the more that I do voice messaging and video, guys, I get on video all the time on Instagram. I like send people a video clip of me. I'm like, blah, 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 because then they see me. They see my excitement. They see I'm a real person. I'm not a robot. They're like, oh, wow, you're the person I see in your stories all the time. It is you. You know what I mean? And I think that was a big thing for Hannah. The night that she signed up that girl, she sent voice messages to her. Because I said, she's like, they're not responding anymore. And I was like, well, send a voice clip right now. She's like, what? And I was like, right now. Right in front of me. Just send it. Just click it and just start talking. What do you want to say to her? And she told me what she wanted to say, and she did it. And she's like, I was like fumbling. And I was like, that's fine. Just say whatever. You can always unclick it and whatever, right? It doesn't matter. But them hearing your voice is going to be a huge thing for them. And that switches it up, right? Maybe people aren't responding to your text sometimes and you want to send them. I send invites through video or voice message sometimes because people are like, what is this? Oh, a voice message? Oh, okay. Oh, that's random. You know what I mean? And then same thing with video. And they're like, oh, wow, you took the time out to do that. Sometimes I'll record the same one and I'll forward it to 5 people. They don't know. Hey, girl, good morning. They don't know that it's not just me talking to them, right? So you can find out these different ways of doing it, but I guarantee you that switching it up is going to switch it up in all of those people's lives as well, because they're not just going to be like, oh, another text or, oh, another message, right? But James, I think specifically, if you're saying the confusion over what it is, I would just make sure that you're talking to them. And the easier it would be is to get them on a call or texting or video like Zoom or something if they're really confused. But yeah, just making sure you're like having the conversation and letting them know exactly what it is and the at-home component. I do always say that it is at-home workouts pretty soon in the conversation. And sometimes I even say that I take it to the gym, but I like the convenience of it being at home or wherever I want, like at the beach or on my roof. I always say those things just so people know, and also that it doesn't have to be just at home. It's always money. I'm getting better with getting them started with a sample and saving for a month and get the whole thing. Yes, I love that, Shauna. It's awesome. As long as you're tracking and you're making sure that you're gonna follow up, because The fortune's in the follow-up, and the fortune is a terrible way of saying it, but getting people to sign up and changing their lives is in the follow-up, because many of us, if we didn't sign up the first time when someone asked us, right, and they never came back, then we wouldn't have signed up, or we would have signed up with someone else. Who said this the other day? Oh, wait, hold on. I have to remember. Rachel. When Rachel went live in the team page and was like, I got tired of seeing all my friends sign up with other people. And I was like, that hits you hard, right? When you're like, if I would have invited them, they would have signed up with me. I also have like 4 other people right now that are like, I think Danielle might have someone who's interested in switching teams, but you can't really just team hop. Like, you have to quit for a while and like use different emails. And if you are a discount coach, it's different than if you had a team. Like, we can talk about all of that, but legally you're not supposed to team hop. And a lot of people are interested in a team that's amazing and doing awesome things, right? And that's what we're going to do. And that's what we're doing. So if you're showcasing that and you're sharing the team and you're sharing that environment, people are going to flock to you. It's just going to take time. So make sure that you're always sharing that stuff and sharing the vibe too. Like these happy hours and things. When they see that you're constantly posting about something positive, they're going to be like, wow, that person's awesome. Jessica says, always money, always will be money, believe me. But the more you make it known that like you made the best decision in your life to try to do this, the more they're going to start to trust you, and the more they're going to change their mind around it too. Ghosting and reading messages and not responding. Yes, again, I will say that when they don't respond, hey, did you see my last message? I'm not kidding, guys. You can look at mine. Sometimes they don't respond to that either. And then a month later, guess what? I send them another invite. Am I annoying? Yeah. But guess what? If you're going to sign up, you're going to sign up. Or you can tell me no. Sometimes I just say, are you seeing my messages? If you're not interested, I will not be offended. You have to believe in it that much, and it takes time. But if you don't believe in what we offer, or you don't believe, like if you feel salesy in any way, talk to your upline, talk to me. I want to help you not feel salesy, and that's going to take time. But I don't feel salesy. Sometimes I get a little nervous when I'm sending an invite, especially if it's someone that I'm like, ooh, I'm not sure, but I just do it. Usually I hit it and I go away, right? I hit send and I close my laptop. It's fine. They're seeing your life. Many people come to me and they're like, oh my God, when I get back, like, or when I blah, 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 I want to do this because you're just so inspiring and I love your team and everything that's going on. Or they say, not really what I want right now, but I support you. What you're doing is amazing. I've had no one be like, you're an ass, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Bye. I've had people in the past like be that way, but bye. They're not your tribe. They don't need to be a part of your life. So anyway, that was a tangent. Vacations. Yeah. But I think a lot of us have the experience of doing these things on vacation. So make sure that when you are on a vacation, or someone that is in your challenge group or one of your people are on a vacation doing it, make sure you're shouting them out. Remember, recognition, big part of our job, right? So if you want to say, you know, Shauna does really well with this. She shouts out people all the time. And I bet you it's probably because it's on the tracker and she's like me and she wants to check that recognition thing off, but she also cares, right? So when you get to like shout out people every day, that makes you feel good. That makes them feel good. And it's part of our job, which is awesome. Okay. So don't forget that when you are shouting out people, you can say, oh my God, I'm so proud of Danielle because when she was on vacation, she finished A to D Obsession and got these results, and she went on vacation. She went on a cruise. That's amazing, right? Combat these things without making it sound like you're just yelling at someone. You can just be like, that's so amazing. She did this, right? So that's a really good way of doing it. Danielle, especially because you did go on that vacation. So make sure you talk about that. I always like doing a post where it's like, you know, when I did Morning Meltdown, I got these results, and guys, I didn't give up this. I went on an all-inclusive cruise. I can't even speak. An all-inclusive cruise. I went on 3 other vacations, 2 weddings. I could name so much stuff, and I still got results, right? So you have to be able to showcase that and make sure that you are serving that value on a platter to people, so that when they do come at you with that objection, you're already like, oh my God, did you not see my post? I completely get that. I felt the same way, but blah, 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 right? Okay. Same with vacations, says Emily. I agree, especially right now because it is that time, but it's winding down. It's August, right? So people are getting back to the back to school thing, or the, you know, fall thing. And it's great that we have promotions right now because they're going to go away. We don't usually have a lot of promotions between September, October, November, December. It's usually like nothing. It's kind of just like, meh. So it's kind of cool to get them in right now and be like, wow, this is like the cheapest it's ever been. We can make this work for you. So definitely, I understand vacations, but, and if they're saying that, be like, oh, I completely understand. When are you back? Get that date, write it down. Guess what? I had someone tell me August 1st. I messaged them on July 31st and I said, hey, I have a deal expiring tonight. I knew that you wanted the 1st. However, I just don't want you to miss this deal. They didn't respond. It's fine. They could have. And then now I messaged them on the 1st and nothing. And I messaged them again today and they're like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I was so busy. Our vacation got, you know, extended and now I'm back. But they told me a date and I got back to them, right? You need to make sure you're following up. But when they tell you a vacation is the excuse, I would go back to, are you really interested? Because I completely understand vacation, but like when are you back? Because we can maybe make that work. Because right now our group is ongoing and I will save one of these codes for you. Right? I mean, you can kind of make it sound like that too. Shauna says, I found out if you give them the other options, like the 3, 6, and so on, make them truly see you are truly there for them. Yes, I completely agree. Again, it's meet them where they're at. You have to have conversations with them and make sure that you are meeting them where they're at. Maybe they can't afford the challenge pack, and that's okay. But guess what? When they see everyone else talking about Morning Meltdown, talking about Energize, talking about Recover, talking about Shakeology, they're going to start maybe taking things a little more seriously, and maybe they go out one less night a week and they start saving and they get Shakeology, right? Maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. You can still change a life by just giving them $39 on demand. Okay? Don't forget that. Meet them where they're at and make sure you ask a lot of questions. It does give them a taste. Yes, always the sample workouts. Hi, Lily. Always the sample workouts and stuff as well. And giving them, you know what? Another thing that I do, and this is hard and sometimes it's a little frustrating, but when people say an objection and it's like a definite no, I say, great. Can I give you a couple tips maybe that you can work on right now? For free, right? Serve value on a platter. The more you put out to the world, the more it's going to come back to you. Tell them, I'm sure you've probably heard me talk about this, but your watermark is half your body weight in ounces a day. If you can do that for a week or two, you're going to see results, right? Maybe try not having carbs at dinner a couple nights a week. Give them a couple random tips, right? And then they're going to be like, wow, this person's legit and amazing. And if you ever want to jump in, I am here for you. I'll check back during my next group. Is that okay? But you're giving them, right? You're giving and giving and giving. And they're going to be like, this person's legit. Like today on my post tonight was all about meal prep. And I was like, you know what? I just want to serve some like meal prep tips, like because people think it's so hard. And I like to go live and do inspirational stuff or sharing things on Facebook that are already inspiring that people love. Like the one I shared on my Facebook page today, somebody else shared it first. Was it? No, a friend of mine. The one about self-care and the one about like putting your mask on first. Go steal it from my page and use it tomorrow morning for Monday Motivation on your page. It's awesome. It's this like random video about this guy who talks about how you can't take care of others without taking care of yourself first. It's a really good one. And it's a video already made for you. Share it. People will love it. I guarantee it. Go steal it from my page. Brian James. Easy. Okay. And then sample workout, blah, 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 blah. No, they're actually going. Jessica says, I love hearing people compliment me on my post and like to see my post, but prefer to work out in the gym. Any suggestions on how to bring them in? Maybe they don't want to do your workouts, but maybe they need a supplement. That's another option. Because don't forget, if you get someone on Performance Stack or Shakeology, that's 2 points as well, right? Because it's on Home Direct and 9BPV. That gives you 2 points. Or you just help them out, and maybe they end up wanting to do something else. Or maybe they're in your group just for nutrition. Because I guarantee you, some of the people that go to the gym don't understand nutrition. A lot of people. A lot of people are like, I'm a gym person. I'm like, are you? Because I've known you for 2 years and you look exactly the same and you're telling me you're trying to lose 50 pounds. Like, what's going on? Are you going to the gym? Do you know what you're doing at the gym? Sometimes I get real with people. I'm like, I was that way too. I felt like I wasn't going to do anything at home, but the community that we have like really lifted me up and pushed me to push play every day. And I saw results in 21 days. And I was like, I never saw the results at the gym in 21 days. Maybe it's just a different way of talking to people, right? And just being like, you know, meeting them where they're at again. Or maybe you're just like, great, I completely understand being a gym person. I felt that way for a long time. If you ever change your mind, I'm here. Or do you struggle with nutrition too? Because that was my big struggle. Always bring it back to you too. I like to do that. Or maybe being like, oh, I know that my friend Emily is a gym rat, but she struggles with nutrition. Are you really like, are you solid with your nutrition? Just talk, right? Just be a human and have a heart. And I think that really will make a big difference. Hi, Cece. And then Shauna says, I don't know if it helps, but my last 2 people signed with a message that I sent to so many people saying, thank you so much for supporting my journey. I just wanted to let you know, ask you if you wanted to start your own journey. If it's not, totally okay. I love that. I love giving people an out, right? If you say, no worries if you're not interested, right? People also, you probably get this too, if you do polls and people poll and then they didn't mean to. Happens all the time. At least it happens for me. I try not to place them down where your thumb is because I get tired of people who are like, oh, I didn't mean to. It's the same people. I'm always like, just checking. Did you mean to vote on my poll this time or was it an accident? Either way, love the support. You know what I mean? Like, be funny about it. But even when people do my polls, I'm always like, hey, I saw you voted on my poll. Are you actually interested or was it an accident? Either way, no worries. Or like Shauna just said, when you're inviting people, like, thank you so much for supporting my journey. It means so much to me. Like, I didn't know if you were on a healthy journey as well. If you are, we could do this together. If you're not, no worries. I just figured I would ask. There's different ways of saying it, but I love that, Shauna. That's what I do too. Jessica. Hold on. I'm going to unmute you. Maybe. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about a conversation you have going right now.
So actually I go to the gym as well. So I
Yep.
have, she's actually the Zumba instructor. So she's an instructor and already in with the fitness. But she's noticing the energy. So I like the idea I could bring up the energizer and the recovery. So she's noticed changes in me and it's complimented. So I wanted to continue that conversation with her.
So you know what I think is the perfect opportunity right now is to invite her to our happy hour on Tuesday.
Okay.
Because maybe she's not interested in the programs right now, but she could make extra money with this too.
Sure.
So that would be an awesome opportunity to be like, hey, I know this is so random, but I feel like you're already doing what I do. And we're having like a random like sneak peek happy hour, which is going to be really fun. I'm going to hop on too. It's going to be a Tuesday at blah, blah, blah. Do you want to hop on? I sent in a message, super simple. I always say no strings attached. Like, would you be interested in hopping on? If she says no, no worries, right? But remember, there's always 1,000 things to invite to. And like maybe they want that thing, but not that thing. And this sounds like that could actually be really good for her.
Okay.
Cool. Any other conversations?
Not at the moment. It's always the money thing that stops the conversation.
So
I've
like
tried the different tricks, but you just, okay, check back later. And like tonight I checked back in because it was August and they're like, check back in August. And like, now I'm not interested. So.
okay. So when they say that money is an objection, what have you already said to them?
So I've gone through like what I think Shauna had said it, like the 3-month and 6-month options, how you don't have to do like the big package. There's different options throughout that you can try. Mostly it was, they were focused on the workouts, not the nutrition. They weren't ready for that, which I completely understand. And I related with them because I wasn't ready for nutrition either when I started.
Okay. And then, so when you brought up the different options, had you already gotten their goals?
Yeah, we actually had to sit down. I went to Panera with them to find out what they wanted, to figure out exactly, because the phone wasn't working, you know, Facebook wasn't personal enough, and I was friends with them. So I was like, well, let's have a lunch and talk.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So then when it came down to it, like their goals are to lose weight, I assume, or get fit?
Yeah, they wanted to lose weight and just become more healthier, but they weren't ready to, as they put it, sacrifice food.
Okay.
So they just weren't ready to make the commitment to food.
Okay. So food aside, when it came down to the fitness part, were they just said that money, they just couldn't afford it?
Yeah, they just couldn't afford it yet.
But they are interested in the workouts?
Yes.
Okay. Well, obviously, another thing that I would mention to people who aren't ready to give up the food is that, believe me, I wasn't either, but I just added Shakeology and I didn't sacrifice my food. I still had the same foods, but Shakeology helped me lose weight. Do you know what I mean? I know that's more money, but sometimes that's a good way to like segue people who aren't ready to focus on nutrition, because it doesn't always have to be taking away. It can just be adding one little tiny thing that could change a lot, right?
That's what I had told her. I had actually mentioned the Shakeology because that was how I segued it into it. So.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I mean, those people just might not be ready yet, but remember, the more people you talk to, the better. So just keep talking to other people. And then I would always, you could always even run like a tiny free group with like your close knit of friends and be like, hey, like, here's this sample workout. Like, do you want to do this do you want to do, you know, this, there's what? Shanti's, this one. I think there's another sample workout that's free. Clean week. Like there's a couple of different things you could do. You could even be like, hey, like, do you want to do like a 3-day thing with me? Like where like you do each of these sample workouts just for fun. Serve them value on a platter, right? I mean, because if they really want it, they'll end up coming around, I think, too. And just keep posting because they're watching you. The other thing is, again, I know that that's sometimes scary for people, but when I started, the money aspect for me, inviting them to the happy hour and being like, hey, I know that money was kind of like a scary thing for you, but if you were interested in doing what I'm doing, you could actually make money. Mm-hmm. And we could do this together and you would be able to like get the workouts and we basically get paid to work out. You know what I mean? And then I'll go over everything on the happy hour, right? You just have to invite them.
Okay.
So that might be a good way too. Sometimes when money is an objection, inviting them to the coaching opportunity could change people's lives. Fitness could be second. Maybe they get in with like wanting to make money and then they're like, okay, great. Well, actually this is awesome. And the workouts are awesome. And now I can afford them and their whole life's changed, right? There's a lot of those stories in like the top 10. So it definitely can go that way. So I would invite them to the coaching opportunity.
Okay.
Okay. Emily. Hi. I thought I unmuted you. Hi.
Hi.
All right, tell me about you. What's going on?
Cece says hi. Not a lot. I've got a few conversations going. I've been focusing on getting the sneak peek, getting people into the sneak peek, but haven't had a whole lot of bites yet on that. Trying to go through my messages. It's been crazy. I've been working in the cracks of my life, so like my brain is kind of and I don't have my list with me right now. It's downstairs.
You had mentioned vacation, right?
Yeah, so that's like one gal was super excited about it, and then she's like, but I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. And so I was like, I get that. Like, I worked out on vacation. My brother made fun of me because I was working out on my cabin porch. And he's like, so I just sent her another text because that was at the end of July.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, but our promo price runs out tomorrow. And she's like, okay, well, just keep me in the loop. So I did. I messaged her, I was like, hey, I know you're probably having a blast in Colorado right now, but I have exciting news. Our promo price is extended through the end of August, and I'd still love to have you join us. So I haven't heard back from her yet.
Yeah, and then I would just make sure you know when she's getting back.
She said she's gone for 2 weeks.
Okay, cool.
So I said she's there, but I didn't want to forget to tell her. So right. I'll check in again when she comes back, but yeah.
And then guys, just start to think of like different ways to create the FOMO with the codes, right? Like we don't want it to just be like annoying, like salesy. Like I don't think they're going to do this all the time. Obviously, this is just new. Because we don't ever want to be like, oh, I always have this discount. And this is no shade to other companies, but you see that all the time with like other companies, right? And it's like a picture of like the pack they're selling and it's like 30% off today only. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't ever want to be those people. So just make sure that like when you're talking to people, like you are just explaining to them that like, we already talked about like that you wanted this, this, and this, but money wasn't like a problem. Well, it's $30 off right now, basically. That's why I'm coming at you, right? And then always remember to just keep following up. I know that I said that a couple times, but following up is so key with all of this, and like always be talking to new people, right? So I've had a couple moments where I'm like, oh God, I'm relying on that person, right? No, we can't. We can't rely on that person. We have to find new people all the time. It's the same with my business. Like I had someone that signed up in June as a coach that I was really excited about. They quit. And I was like, wow, I really thought that person would be so good. And I can't think that way, right? Like I am going to do this forever. I love doing this. I am passionate about it. I see the opportunity. I know that when I work hard and I'm consistent, it pays off. And I want to share that with other people. And I can't rely on just, putting all your eggs in one basket, right? And it's the same with your business and also the same in your trying to hit Success Club, right? So maybe you're trying to help 3 people a month and you're like, oh, I know that person's going to sign up on the 29th. I know it. They're going to sign up. Well, then the 29th comes and guess what? Maybe they don't sign up. And maybe we should have already helped other people, right? Because we're waiting. So if you're inviting more people every day and you're expanding your network and finding new people and posting consistently, you're going to find those people. So just make sure that you're doing all of those things consistently. So as just a reminder, the thing that I do want you guys to remember is just to change it up. So maybe you get them on a text message. Maybe you get them on a call. Maybe you get them on a Zoom. Maybe you start a 3-way message even though you're a seasoned coach, quote unquote. That's fine, right? Like maybe you just want to like try things out. Or maybe you want to send me a conversation that you're struggling with and you don't know how to respond. I will help you. I guarantee it, right? I will help you at almost all times in my life. If I don't respond, it's probably because I'm dead. That's a problem too, guys. I'm trying to distance work. I don't have Messenger notifications on, so I don't always look at Messenger, but when I do, I respond. So I will always be there for you guys just to make sure, but just change it up. Try voice messaging. I know it's scary. Literally just hit the button and talk. You can only talk for a minute, so guess what? You can only word vomit for a minute, and then it stops. So if you get nervous the first time, it's okay. Maybe you can tell people, I've never used this before, but I thought it would be fun, and now I'm nervous, blah, 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 blah. People want to hear you. They want to see that you're real. As a reminder, also, finding new people, birthdays every day. If you're not doing birthdays, I do it sometimes. I'm terrible at doing it every day. I send a happy birthday singing message. Laura started doing that, and I was like, that's cute. I like it. Sometimes I'll send a picture, and I'm like, happy birthday, right? Switch it up. Make people know that you're not just trying to invite them, right? If your only messages to people are an invite, that's not good, right? Especially if it's like your first one. So sometimes I'll invite people, especially if they were interested. I'm like, hey, I know it wasn't a good time that other time. Just wanted to keep you in the loop. Also, your family's so cute. Stalk their page for 5 seconds. You can say something nice about them. So that's just a reminder. Also, there's always going to be objections. You have to understand the value in it, and that's going to shine through. If you do not see the value and you don't feel the worth, they're not as well, right? And if you're not showcasing that, if you're being the person who only posts on Sunday nights about the opportunity because we have a sneak peek on Monday, and you don't post anything any other time, or you're the person who only posts about joining you for this challenge group one day, and you didn't post your workout selfies ever, or what you struggled with on Monday, people aren't going to trust you. We have all of these things in the tracker and in our trainings for a reason. You posting consistently, right? Doing things that are for engagement. Maybe do you like this bathing suit or this one, this dress or this, or should I get my hair cut short or keep it long? People love that stuff, right? That boosts your engagement. Posting about your workouts. Did not want to get up at 5 a.m., but I knew if I didn't get it in, I would not get it in tonight. And I really wanted to get this done. I committed to myself. Talking about those things. Treating your Facebook as a challenge group itself. Sharing people's wins, sharing recognition, all of that stuff. Being consistent with that, guys, all of these objections will go away. I can almost guarantee it. Yeah, I still get objections, but I get way less of them. Most of the time, people are either just not interested or it's not a priority for them right now. And I bring that out of them. Usually when people say it's money, I say it's not a priority for you. You can get mad at me. It wasn't a priority for me when I first started. It took me a little bit to be like, oh, I guess I'll actually jump into this. But if people don't put skin in the game, they're probably not going to get results. People are like, oh, I already have a gym membership. Yeah, well, how's that $10 Planet Fitness doing for you? When's the last time you went, right? When's the last time you got on a scale? When's the last time you tracked? When's the last time you actually know how you're doing, right? I mean, I will be there for you. I will push you. Our group will be there. We offer so much for people. So just find the value and understand the value. And I think that a lot of those things will change as well. Shauna, do you have something to say, or are you just smiling at me for a minute? Okay, good. So anyway, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Plus, I need to go to bed soon. And I need to check into the challenge group. As a reminder, don't forget, you guys are coaches. And as coaches, you are supposed to be supporting everyone who is in the groups. Don't let me go through and only see myself and or one other person commenting, please. What I do, I've made most of you coaches if you're in the challenge group, or if you're in Healthy Heroes, you can do it in there. But you can actually go to my challenge tracker portal on your desktop or your laptop, and you can comment on people's stuff there so that maybe you're not just doing it on your phone. It's up to you, whatever's easiest, but just please at least like people's stuff and comment sometimes so that people are seeing that it's not just me. Because remember, we sell the community, and a lot of people ask questions, a lot of people like ask for suggestions, so just make sure you're helping people out, okay? If you are actually on and you can put your face on, I want to get a picture. If you are not, that's okay, but I would like to get a picture with people who are actually on. Oh, Brittany, you look so beautiful. All right, guys, if you have any questions before I take this photo, just please reach out to me. Please reach out to Laura, your upline. Me, I don't care if I'm your upline at all. Reach out to me. I want to help you. I want to help you combat these objections. I want to help you build this business. But I will say that the main thing I'm going to ask you for is, are you tracking and are you being consistent? Okay, that's a big thing, okay? Because if you're not, then the rest of it is not going to work unless that starts, right? Same with your workouts. Danielle, did you get your 80-day obsession results by not being consistent? No. Okay. All right. Let's smile. Cece, smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. I will put this in the team page as well as the recording. And I'm going to randomly go live this week and do a bunch of different things as well to help you guys. But I just want you to know that I do believe in each and every one of you. Everybody on this call, everybody on the team, you are unstoppable if you want to be. It's going to take time, but just be consistent. I'm going to say that word so many times until I throw up. Be consistent. If you are consistent now, I guarantee you, Emily, hitting Success Club for the next couple of months, you're going to be off that list any day now for the free trip. All of you. If you start hitting Success Club and you're on that list, you can go. All of these things happen by being consistent. That's why Success Club matters, okay? So let's help people this month. Let's all get to SC6, 10, whatever. Let's build this business. Let's get to Diamond, Emerald, above, Cubic Zirconium, whatever. Let's do this together, okay? I believe in each and every one of you. Have a good night, guys. Bye.